Hi, I'm gonna redo this because I'm gonna say it quickly. Actually, I don't feel like it, but I will. I just said I used 23 or 24 minutes explaining my job, how annoying it is. I tried uploading it to YouTube and it says maximum is 15 minutes, so I must have went over. So, anyways, um, maybe I don't feel like explaining it again. Maybe. Okay, so I didn't want to get carpal tunnel because since I told Tammy that my team leader that I was, well, she knows that my last day is next week. So yesterday she had me doing the same thing over and over, like all day, which is step one and step two. I went into detail about um, what it was, and now my YouTube can't upload. Basically, you have the phone, and it's like this, and it's more thin than it goes out, and you have a bag, which this other side goes like that because that's where you put the box in. This side is open where you stuff the phone in. Then it gets sealed on this side. This side stays like that, like that with the box. And then whatever the container is goes in there. But we don't do that. We don't do that. But they tape it. But what we do is we put the phone in the bag. So the process is put the foam in there, flip it over, fold it, put it on the conveyor belt. And the conveyor belt is new. We used to do it a different way. I went into explanation about that on the other one, but I'm being quicker so I can upload this. So step one and step two, I call them the steps now because it's combined. It used to be one person doing step one and the other person folding, and then we used bins basically. So now it's just one person does step one and step two at the same time, put it on the conveyor belt, and it really helps the time wise. And we get so much done. I mean, so much more done than we used to. Meaning we can afford to take a few seconds out of that because we're well over. And if we get run out of bags, we should be able to get them ourselves. I mean, yeah, when she's walking around, she can help us out, but we don't have to be yelled at or uh, being treated like we're a kid getting scolded if we go and get bags because we have none and she's not in our vicinity. She's like, "Oh, you got to ask me. Why? You were over there. I need bags. It's right behind me. It's going to take me a couple seconds to get." It just doesn't make sense. And another thing is when you do this all day, step one and step two, your arm hurts because you're going like this. I'm doing that all day when I first started working there, and that's what they had me doing because she didn't. Oh yeah, she didn't train me on doing sealing until well over a month, and then today she tells me when I ask if I could do something else. Oh no, we need to train the other people since you're leaving next week. But when I first started, you didn't even train me until like a month after, and I didn't ask just because it was a job, and I'm like whatever. But I noticed when the weekend, like I'd wake up and and I felt like there was like something tied around my arm, and I could feel pins and needles. Like got scared and worried, and my dad told me that it was carpal tunnel and stuff, and I'm like, I'm really not about to get carpal tunnel. So she has me doing that all day. It's like she's punishing me because I don't think that's fair. Okay, yeah, my last day of work is next week, but that doesn't mean I should be doing the same thing like all day. My arms started to hurt. Like I can't do that all day. I need a break. It's only fair. What if I go and get carpal tunnel because she wouldn't let me do something else and take a break? Like sealing, it's easy. You take the thing and you seal it. It's a break from doing that. Or boxing. You know what I mean? You can't do this all day. And she's a terrible team leader because if I was a team leader, I would do rotations where everybody gets to train, right? Train on all the different things. Step one and step two, you do that. And then the next break, you move on. And then you do sealing, and then boxing, and then that. And it's a rotation, so everybody gets to do something different throughout the day. And That's what I would do. But she doesn't see things that way. She thinks because my last day is next week, I should stay doing this and get carpal tunnel syndrome. And I was upset because after lunch I was trying to be on the ceiling, and she's like, no. She did that to me yesterday too, because yesterday all day I was doing the steps, and I got on the sealer because when we came back from automatic, which we were there shortly, which is another department. Um, and I went on the sealer because I was the first one back, and there was no bags in the bin to get boxed. So I wanted to get a step on it or whatever step. So I started sealing, and she said, no, you're not gonna seal. You're gonna go back and stuff. Allison's gonna seal, and I'm just like, like why? Like I'm perfectly capable of doing it. Actually, the way I work is very effective and efficient, and I do things in a manner where, like I want to get things done. I don't like working slow. And I, and I can't do the same thing over. It just hurts my arm, and I don't want to get carpal tunnel syndrome. So today after lunch, I wanted to do sealing, and she told Shanice to, and I said, "Can I do sealing?" "Oh no, you gotta do stuffing." And she's like, "No, it's okay if you do sealing." I'm like, she said she doesn't want to do sealing. She's like, "I told you to do." She scolded me like I'm a child. "I told you to do stuffing." And like she's the team leader. If I don't listen to her, I'm being like hard to work with. But the truth was, I need a break, and everybody needs a break. You can't do the same thing all day. I mean, we just had a temp that started, and she left because she couldn't stand on her ankles. But I don't know, she was a temp. No, but seriously, like, I need a break from that. I can't do the same thing, please. So, when she said, oh, the temp left, she couldn't stand her ankles. And I was kind of like understanding, like, well, she left because it was too painful for her, but she was overweight, which is what I was going to say. But no, I wasn't going to say that to her. I was going to say that earlier when I said seriously, but I didn't. But I said this I was like, well, I'm afraid I'm going to get carpal tunnel because the first time I started working and that's all you had me do, rather than train me on sealing, you had me do step 1 and step 2 for a month. And I really would have liked to have done sealing, but I thought that the higher ups did that or something. I don't know, because the people that were there longer were sealing. And she didn't have me do it. So now today she needs me because next week is my last, because I'm leaving. So she needs to train the other people on it. Shanice has been there a couple months too, and she knows how to do sealing. So why did she make her seal and me do that? And I'm like, I told her, I'm like, I don't want to get carpal tunnel. So she took it as me like being whatever the word is, like difficult. So she goes and tells the main supervisor, and then she comes back. She's like, wait in the break room, Tammy or Christy wants to talk to you. And I'm like, she did that to me before too, and I didn't get in trouble because I'm telling, just Tammy makes people feel like a child. Anyone under her, she scolds them basically. And before, oh yeah, she there was one point where she didn't want us to see our own paperwork, like how many we did. How are we supposed to learn if we don't know how many boxes we did in an hour or the 2 hours? She's like, no, just say, see Tammy's paper, and she'd fill it out for all of them. No, I said to her, I said, no, I'd like to see how much we did, so I know how much we're doing, like how well we're doing. That's just me. I want to know, if we're doing good or what. I'm not just gonna be like, oh, and check. Like most people don't care, and they have no comprehension of how the whole thing is running. But I wanted to see, how many boxes we did and to see if we were doing good or whatever. And she didn't let us see it. And when I tried to like look or ask her, like she would scold me and be like, you don't have to write it down. Like why? Like I should be able to know what we're doing because I see that we have a paper that says our percentage based on like how many we do and how fast we are. And I'd like to have a good percentage. That's just me. I like to work good. I do, and you know what I mean? And she wouldn't let us see. And then she gets weird about the fans. Like she gets like, oh, you're not supposed to touch the fan. It gets hot, and she gets weird if people turn on the fans. Like she doesn't want anyone to have the fans. She just there's another team leader that was doing that, and she was easy to work with and really cool. And when you work with somebody that's easy to deal with and understands you, then it's great. But if you work with somebody who's like makes you all tense and just it ruins your whole work. You know, who wants to work with somebody where you're just so worried they're gonna get upset, but it's not fair. You know, and she wants me to do that, and so I talked to Christy when I went in the break room. The other team leader that was the cool one, she actually came back, and I felt really upset because I'm like, I don't want to have, I don't want to get carpal tunnel like that. I've been doing this all day today and yesterday, and it hurts. So they put me to another department, which is good. But the thing is, I don't know what I'm going to do the next 2 days because I have a full day. Mango. Peace of mind. That turned that way because of the hot water. So yeah, I hope I don't get stuck doing steps tomorrow or on Saturday. I mean, I would be fine at my job if I didn't have to deal with her. And I heard that there's another lady that's in the glue department, and I like glue because it makes your fingers stick. I said that more in detail, but I'm trying to be quick too, as to not. And I said I make these videos so that I can listen to them later when I don't work there anymore. I mean, I shouldn't be talking about my job and writing about it online because everybody can see online and future employee, all that business. Like they see what you write online and they see what you do online. And for instance, if you're gonna put a picture of your house arrest, whatever, on your foot, I've never had one, but some people do. Employers are gonna find that and they're not gonna they're gonna be like, I ain't hiring this person. So, but I don't care. This is for me to watch when this is no longer when it's minute to me, and I'll be like, at least I don't work there anymore. But I wouldn't mind because actually Tammy, I heard, the one lady that used to work there, she came back. She was singing glue because I worked with the glue the other day, and she said that it's almost 9 o'clock. They're gonna make her team leader for first shift. That's shift time for Cold keepers. Oh, I said it's cold keepers because when you go like that and you put the box in there and it keeps it cold. I don't think I said it in this video. But yeah, so and she seemed cool, and I actually wouldn't mind if she was a leader for the cold keepers. Actually, I think I would be a good leader because I understand I would do rotations like I said, and I know how to explain things, how to do things, and I don't treat people like they're children. Okay, and that's one thing that as a supervisor or team leader, I don't think he should be doing because there was other people, not just me, that had a problem with her. It was about I've seen other people. I've seen two girls walk out because they just didn't like her and they would talk about her every time she left because she was so. I mean, I understand where they're coming from. They talked a lot. Then there's a certain way that you can do things and treat people, and you know what I mean. So, and then another girl I just seen her have problems before, and maybe it's her, Tammy. Maybe it's you, Tammy. And and the lady said that Tammy's gonna go in second shift, and Tammy was saying she ain't going on a second shift, or she told me before. I don't know. She was talking to me about first and second shift. She's like, I used to work on second shift, but I don't think I'm going anymore. But then the other lady in glue says she is, so maybe that's a good thing because you know there's a lot I could say, but I'm going to cut it short because it's 15 minutes. All right, so thanks, or I'm not going to say thanks for listening because I don't think anyone did, but you know what I mean, though? Some people, they just don't have a clue, and I have to rant about it. All right, I'm going to finish my tea and take a shower and then work tomorrow, and hopefully tomorrow will be better. Actually, when I'm at work, I zone out, and it's a job, and like I said, my last day is Friday the 13th, which is next week. All right. See you later. Bye.